Hi, I'm Colin Shantz, CEO of CopperTree Solutions, and today I'm going to be talking about why every company needs an IT strategy. I speak to a lot of different business leaders every week, and one of the challenges that I see in some companies is that they don't seem to have a clear IT strategy in place. One of the things that happens when you don't have a clear IT strategy in place is you tend to operate on a very reactive way where you just kind of put out fires as they come up as opposed to really stepping back and thinking proactively about what are the needs of the organization and what can we do from an IT perspective. At the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know as a business leader if nobody is telling you what some of the risks are, what some of the opportunities are in your infrastructure. There's really no way to know what you should be doing or could be doing. So it's pretty important to have somebody looking at both the business and also at the technology and making a plan for where you are today and where you're trying to get to in the future. One of the things we see as well is that if you have legacy hardware and software in place, there's often security risks that are associated with that you may not even be aware of. And the security landscape changes quickly. It's constantly changing. Some things that we're doing today, we're doing a lot of things that we didn't have to do a year ago or 2 years ago. So it's pretty important to be constantly revisiting that and making sure that you're staying on top of technology and making sure that you have a plan to get from wherever you are today to where you're trying to go tomorrow. Part of CopperTree's onboarding process when we bring on a new client, and then also part of our VCIO process going forward, is to develop an IT strategy. So first of all, we're looking at where are we today? What are the systems and tools and hardware, software vendors that are in place today? And where are we trying to get to in the future? What are the business challenges that we're trying to solve? What are some of the risks that we're trying to mitigate? So it's really about kind of a gap analysis that says, here's where we are today, here's where we're trying to get to in the future, and then here's how we're going to get there. And that all gets broken down into short-term initiatives. Oftentimes when we bring on a new client, there's a lot of immediate challenges that need to be solved. Maybe there's some risks that need to be mitigated or some long-running problems that they'd like us to solve. So those tend to be short-term solutions that need to be put in place. Then we also have longer-term initiatives where we say, okay, in the next year or in the next 2 years, we'd like to make some changes and make some improvements, and here's what that looks like. So it's really about breaking down those initiatives into the short-term ones and then also the longer-term ones for the future. After that, we kind of move into the ongoing reassessment. We look at your infrastructure every month, and we also kind of revisit that strategy and have a discussion about where we are on a quarterly basis as well. When I ask business leaders what they want from technology, I almost always get a version of the same answer. And at the end of the day, what we all want is we want everything to just work. We want to sleep at night knowing that our risks are managed, and we want to know that we have the right technology in place. So what we do for our clients is we come in and we take ownership of the IT results at the organization. And that really starts with the IT strategy, understanding the organization. We'll sit down with your business department heads. We'll understand what their goals are, what their challenges are. And then we start to make a plan. All right, if that's where we are today, here's what we need to do to improve in the future and to make progress as we move forward. One of our core values is accountability, and we really feel very strongly that we are accountable for IT success in your organization. So it's not just about coming in and taking parts of IT. We're responsible for outcomes. Our clients rely on us to manage everything from the strategy to ultimately the execution as well. And that's pretty important to us. Most of our clients don't have a lot of IT ability in-house. So we are the IT department, and we take that responsibility very seriously. One of the more valuable aspects of our quarterly VCIO meetings is when we talk about any kind of recommendations that we've found. So as we're working with your infrastructure, we're seeing how you compare against our best practices. We're looking for any kind of challenges And then also just as we talk to the users, we uncover issues. And so we bring that back to our quarterly VCO meetings to talk about, all right, here's what you need to do in the next little bit. Here's some business decisions that you need to be making. Our job is to put those business decisions in front of you this is a business decision, it's not a technology decision. We're going to be looking at ROI. We're going to be looking at kind of the pros and cons of each of these different solutions. And really, our job is to bring you those decisions that maybe otherwise wouldn't have been brought to you. So, you don't know what you don't know. And unless somebody's bringing these decisions to you and putting them in front of you, you don't really have the opportunity to take advantage of a particular solution or to mitigate a particular risk. Thanks for joining us today as we talked about why every company needs an IT strategy. To learn more, please visit our website at coppertreesolutions.ca.